Welcome to Ventichic. Luxury watch brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, and AP have experienced a surge in demand. However, acquiring these coveted timepieces is no longer just about having the funds. This has led to an unprecedented marketplace with both positive and negative effects. In this video, I'll delve into the current state of the luxury watch demand, mainly focusing on the highly sought-after Patek Philippe Nautilus reference 5711. Despite its increasing retail price, limited availability at authorized dealers has caused secondary market prices to soar beyond their original value. Patek Philippe defied supply and demand norms by discontinuing the blue 5711 model and introducing a green dial version priced at $34,800. A rare double-sealed example sold for a staggering $376,000 at auction in 2021. Secondary market premiums for these sought-after models have reached astonishing levels. Luxury brands like Patek Philippe prioritize exclusivity, craftsmanship, and prestige, going beyond traditional market dynamics. Consumers buy luxury products to showcase their uniqueness. While supply and demand still play a role, the complexities of the luxury market extend beyond conventional principles. The idea of conspicuous consumption, coined by economist Thorstein Veblen in the late 19th century, is not new. It refers to extravagant spending on luxuries to enhance one's social status. In the Gilded Age, characterized by rapid economic growth, luxury goods became symbols of prestige. Interestingly, some luxury goods, known as Veblen goods, saw increased demand as their prices rose. The appeal was not based on value but on exclusivity and status. Modern examples include luxury watches from privately owned brands like Patek Philippe, Rolex, and Audemars Piguet, which excel at maintaining exclusivity in the market. Understanding the factors behind the increased demand for specific luxury watches is complex and cannot be attributed to a single factor. However, being aware of market demand and pursuing gradual and strategic growth is crucial. The luxury goods industry is primarily dominated by a few conglomerates like LVMH, Richemont, and the Swatch Group, which own numerous renowned brands. These conglomerates are publicly traded and focused on maximizing quarterly earnings to increase stock prices. Consequently, brands have a shorter-term incentive to produce and sell more products to increase earnings. Producing more products to increase sales can result in overproduction and negatively impact demand. Luxury brands primarily sell through physical retailers, and sales are recorded when retailers place orders, not when end consumers purchase products. This can lead to excess production that exceeds market demand, which is undesirable for consumers seeking exclusivity. This sensitivity to exclusivity is particularly evident in the watch category, as the luxury watch market is relatively smaller than other luxury segments. By the way, if you enjoy our content, subscribing to our channel and turning on the notification bell is the best way to support us. Now, let's examine the three brands: Audemars Piguet, Rolex, and Patek Philippe. Notably, their current demand results from their focus on quality, iconic designs, and long-term brand reputation. As privately owned companies, they prioritize prestige over short-term gains. This strategic approach, combined with exceptional products, drives the increasing demand. However, other factors also play a role in this phenomenon. I believe several external factors have contributed to the current state of high demand and scarcity. Firstly, the impact of social media has revolutionized the watch industry, providing easy access to information, purchases, and sales online. This convenience has fueled the hype surrounding luxury watches. Secondly, the rise of conspicuous consumption in the digital age has led to a desire to showcase extravagant possessions on a global scale, amplifying the demand for larger and more expensive timepieces. The influence of these factors cannot be underestimated. The surge in interest in vintage watches, particularly steel sports models, and the notable auction results for timepieces like the Rolex Paul Newman Daytona has contributed to the hype. Celebrity endorsements and the global participation of watch enthusiasts further fuel the demand. Additionally, luxury watch brands intentionally limit the supply of coveted models to create exclusivity, resulting in high prices and long wait lists. These factors, combined with the convenience of online platforms, have transformed the watch landscape. The influence of influencers and brand ambassadors in the watch industry adds to the hype surrounding luxury watches. When popular figures are seen wearing a specific timepiece, it amplifies its desirability and drives demand. This combination of factors has created a challenging market with higher prices, waiting lists, and limited availability for sought-after models. While this may pose challenges for consumers, it offers opportunities for collectors and investors who can capitalize on the appreciation in value over time. The surge in demand and growing markets, particularly in Asia, have transformed the luxury watch landscape. The third factor is the emergence of the flipping culture, where opportunistic individuals buy low and sell high due to limited supply. This trend attracted profit-seeking traders and status-conscious buyers, reinforcing each other's interests. The rising trading prices further heightened demand, making these watches exclusive and valuable investments. However, supply control remains a priority for brands like Rolex and Patek due to production limitations and long-term considerations for pricing and demand. These brands focus on craftsmanship, artistry, and status to ensure longevity in a shrinking market. Lack of production transparency adds to the mystique. This cycle of increasing demand has its downsides, despite benefiting the brands, especially with the production disruptions caused by the 2020 shutdowns. By the way, you can also show your appreciation by giving this video a like and sharing it with your friends. The surge in demand for luxury watches has made it increasingly difficult for enthusiasts to acquire their desired timepieces. Previously, owning brands like Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe was more accessible, but the landscape has changed. Waitlists and playing games to prove one's worth have become common, adding a sense of mystique but frustrating many consumers. While exclusivity is expected in the luxury market, the excessive difficulty in acquiring watches can overshadow the luxury experience. This has driven some consumers to explore alternative brands or shift their focus away from watches entirely. Some brands may prefer selling fewer units to maintain exclusivity and increase demand, but both individuals and brands must remember their roots and values. Authorized dealers face a challenging position in the luxury watch market. With limited supply and high demand, they must choose who gets the sought-after watches, often disappointing hundreds of hopeful buyers. Furthermore, dealers know buyers can profit significantly by reselling the watches at higher prices. Some dealers may sell directly to the secondary market, but this risks losing their authorized dealership status. Brands should consider the impact on their network of retailers, as long-standing relationships are strained when frustrations arise. While watch brands traditionally operate through retailers, the increasing challenges could prompt a re-evaluation of their operating models. However, global watch companies are generally cautious about making quick strategic decisions. The current situation in the luxury watch market is complex, driven by societal changes and the desire for exclusivity. Brands face scaling production to capitalize on the peak demand, risking overproduction and long-term consequences or maintaining scarcity and exclusivity. Transparency could help improve perceptions by providing information on allocation, rules, and dealer operations. However, brands prioritize maintaining prestige and must consider building trust and attracting the next generation of consumers who may not view luxury watches as essential. What's your take on the current supply and demand craziness in the watch industry today? Let us know in the comments below. And that's a wrap. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us in Ventichic. Remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any videos. See you in our next updates.